Hello everyone, I am Jessica and I'll be presenting on adapting for global markets. A quick overview, I'll be covering the topic adapting for global markets, the firm, Starbucks. The article I chose, Why Starbucks Succeeded in China, a lesson for all retailers, chapter concepts, and my questions. Topic overview, global adaptation. When orgs enter a foreign market, one of the decisions they are faced with is the type of marketing that would be the most successful for that geographic area. They must figure out to what extent must their marketing be standardized or adapted. In my presentation, I will focus on adapting for global markets. To decide on a global marketing mix, and even the step before that, what makes the market ideal for expansion, we must consider the different aspects that affect the foreign marketing piece, requiring an adaptation of the marketing mix: product, place, price, and promotion. Market analysis. Pastel analysis of the market. An adapted marketing program occurs when an international company believes consumer needs vary and tailors marketing to each target group. They must ensure communication is culturally acceptable and legal, while remaining creative and keeping in mind what is acceptable/appropriate and what isn't. Although technology has created global markets for more standardized products, at the same time consumers can still vary in significant ways, such as median age, tastes, beliefs, income, online access, and consumer behavior stem from cultural differences. Because of these differences, most products require some degree of adaptation. Successful market adaptation is when marketers reflect significant differences in consumer behavior, competitive forces, political and legal environment, and brand development while remaining consistent with their theme. Starbucks, an American coffee company and coffeehouse chain, was founded in Seattle, Washington in 1971. As of June 2019, they have managed to open more than 30,000 retail locations across 80 markets. Starbucks products include coffee, handcrafted beverages, merchandise, fresh food, ready-to-drink products, and tea. Moving into the article, Why Starbucks Succeeded in China, a lesson for all retailers. A challenge Starbucks faced in China was that it was considered an unlikely to succeed market, but Starbucks took its leap of faith in 1999, skeptically entering this tea drinking market. The strategy Starbucks implemented leading to their success in the Chinese market include attention to and execution around Chinese culture, their collaboration with Chinese partners such as Alibaba, their creation of superior supply chains, adopting local technologies, and offering local items on its menu. A couple of insights I found in this article include that Starbucks initially went in trying to revive the tea house culture that had existed many years ago. Additionally, Starbucks' global success is based on being the third place between home and work and brought that ethos to China, but with a modern Western upscale sensibility. The results? Although more recently they have faced fast-moving competition in China, Starbucks continues with their plans to open a store in China every 15 hours until 2022. With Starbucks being very successful in China, they have opened their largest Starbucks location in Shanghai, China, which is a Starbucks Reserve Roastery, a premium roastery format location. Another result of their success in China is that what's happening in China is now leading the way for Starbucks in the US. And China is Starbucks' second largest market after the US. Moving into chapter highlights. One of the chapter concepts include sociocultural environment. Starbucks has strategized around three key pillars of Chinese society: family, community, and status. Family. The Chinese culture values children and parents in a bond of shared responsibility that stretches throughout all stages of life. Parents are expected to be strongly engaged in their children's lives, and in return, children are expected to respect and care for their parents as they age. With this in mind, Starbucks made engaging parents a cornerstone of its people operation, hosting an annual family forum and most recently implementing a parent care program providing health insurance for older parents of 10,000 employees and is expected to expand. Community. They also highly value their community. Traditionally labeled as their inside circles, they turn to these circles for loyalty, information, and approval of their choices. Knowing this, Starbucks designed their retail spaces seeking to facilitate these circles coming together. Status. Chinese place importance in gaining and upholding reputation and status, especially for their family and community. Consequently, they want to be associated with brands portraying success and upward mobility, such as Starbucks. Starbucks has positioned itself as a premium coffee brand in China, choosing high-end locations. Adding to that, Starbucks in China has adopted geographical pricing, charging 20% higher prices in China compared to other parts of the world. Starbucks is also practicing promotional pricing, which is special event pricing, establishing special prices in certain seasons to draw in more customers. For the last couple of years, Starbucks has practiced promotional pricing for Chinese holiday Singles' Day, which is celebrated on November 11 or 11/11. And they are expected to practice this year again. Finally, my questions. How will Starbucks' more recent competition affect their business strategy in China? Secondly, would Starbucks be as successful had they not shaped their China strategies around the cultural aspects of family, community, and status? What if one thing was swapped out, left out, or they were all different? To answer my first question, I believe this will affect their pricing strategy by having to lower its prices to be able to compete with the prices of its competitors. Additionally, I think it will affect and bring future changes in their strategy of opening retail locations every 15 hours in China. If competition intensifies in the future, it may no longer be optimal to open in certain areas or at the fast pace they currently are. Here are my references. Thank you for your time.